back. It was just 5 hours ago when NA ended, but boy, we never sleep over here on the West Coast. Joining me today is a man from the far, far west, Jack KBBQ. How's it going, my man?
I'm from the far west. I'm from New York, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the far west of the southern hemisphere.
All right, whatever. I'm here. I'm here.
Hell
I haven't,
yeah.
I slept not too far away from here. Managed to take a shower though, so I ain't
That's
too
good.
filthy to begin with. I'm here with my buddy Grant. Grant, happy to be casting some more NA Dota. We got Complexity and Wheel.
Yep, and if you missed out yesterday, what a hype day it was. Team Freedom, the second Hassan brother, almost qualified to TI. Unfortunately, fortunately for Freedom, NP beats Freedom, so they're going to go through the bracket. But right now, we don't even know who's in the bracket. Two of these teams, Wheel, Complexity, and DC, will each play each other once. If somehow there's another 1-1-1 rock, paper, scissors tie, time rating will come into effect. I don't want to tell you how those work until afterwards because you're going to forget anyways. I'll just say right now. And this is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Wheel versus coL. Wheel is already up 2-0 on coL.
Yeah, they got to beat him a third time to stop this wheel of three teams
Yep.
basically going around, unless it comes down to time rating. And
Which is crazy.
Wheel has beaten Complexity twice, as you mentioned. One thing I got to say here, I like that Complexity is one of those teams that will auto first pick in that first phase the Venomancer for Moo.
Yeah.
So he's banned out this time. Wheel banned him out last game, too, although they beat it the first time.
Yep.
They picked the anti-mage up against it. And
it worked.
if you look at Complexity's playstyle, I almost want to say that they're like a diet NP.
Yeah.
In a sense, right? Like they have the same kind of philosophy. They want to like push out like all three lanes.
Yeah.
They want to have cores that push out all three lanes, but except instead of how NP plays it, which is a bit more like a counter puncher, like they kind of wait for you to come, they pick their spots and they slowly strangle you. Complexity wants to run at you and overwhelm you quickly. So that's like the main difference I think in their play style.
I think that comes down to kind of a Swindle Melons and MSS, right? MSS seems to get not a lot of farm in his games, while Swindle is almost prioritized to get farm in his. Like his Earthshakers, he has gotten a ton of farm, right? He goes like the Treads, sometimes Soul Ring into Blink build, and he gets a lot of farm a lot of the time, which is interesting. Now, I remember we were talking yesterday, who's the most worthless hero in Dota? Lacoste said Bane. Well, it can't be if some team is first picking the damn hero. And we disagreed with him, I remember that.
Yeah, Bane is like one of those really polarizing heroes. Like some teams like him a lot. Like I remember like old EG kind of running him all the time and Newbie right now.
Yep.
Teams that want to prioritize like having a strong laning phase, having someone who can both roam and sit in lane and like you can't really trade with him. Like as far as in heroes go and ranged heroes, Bane has one of the better bodies coming out of the gate. So.
Yeah. And you talked about the Veno ban. I don't think a team has not banned roster versus coL since the first game they played. I was casting with Lacoste. They picked up Shadow Shaman. Demon played it amazingly. And, maybe you don't think a hero's that strong when you ban it. It's more, you don't know how to deal with it. Like, how did Demon do what he did? And if you watch a replay and you don't understand, you're like, well, let's just ban it. It's literally been, I don't think it's that strong of a hero. I think it's good. But first ban every game? It's a Complexity special, and they get rid of it. And the first pick was Sand King, and then Earthshaker Bane after, and now Silencer. I believe Wheel's one of the teams who does still play middle Silencer. Obviously, you don't know yet. It's definitely could be one, could be the other, could be a hard 5. Derp plays it as well. And
yeah, we're not sure what Mayor McBooty Slam is going to be on this game, but
old Mayor McBooty Slam.
This is also something we've seen from Complexity pretty frequently, where they have a support who also pushes, just because they like to fight so much, and then they need something that takes objectives on the back end of that. So whether it's Leshrac, which we saw them pick persistently before, or in this case the Shadow Shaman, you see Demon just limping bottom, and then trying to drop those wards and find a window to do that. Like it's been one of their signatures. Kind of.
And there we go. It's funny, Lina and Puck are like the most picked mid heroes now. Maybe a Quap, which actually is banned out. And before you were seeing, always last pick your middle. I think Lina and Puck are both such good heroes, even versus the dual and tri lanes. You're fine picking it, right? Lina scales super well. Puck is an insanely good mid hero. You're not really that scared of it getting countered because it's going to find farm eventually. And no Crystal main picks. A little surprise here. No ban, no pick. Just teams don't really enjoy it as much, which is fine for me. Crystal Main's kind of a one direction hero.
Yeah, she gets a little bit less out of the jungle just because like obviously the freeze now costs more, and then she's always been a very slow hero. So if you're talking about a very active situation where there's a lot of roaming and running around, she's not going to be able to keep up with most of these. Like, just imagine CM trying to trade up against a Bane or
Bane
just eat her
especially.
alive.
Dude,
Yeah.
Bane, oh my god. If you want to talk about heroes, like, there used to be a long time ago when Bane was ran middle, right? Because the hero doesn't lose. When you have a spell that damages the other hero and heals you that exact amount, it's Pier. The damn spell's Pier. The problem is, I mean, what does he do after the 10-mana phase? He's garbage hero. That's why you never see him middle anymore.
Yeah, it's like a two-way swing. It's like MMR when you lose a game.
Yep.
You didn't just lose the game. You also didn't gain the MMR.
Yep,
so it's
you
really
gave
a
someone else the
50-point
MMR.
swing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is interesting. Legion Commander now picked up. I like that. I like Legion, especially after watching NP play it so, as we said, methodically. I like seeing any team play, and that's going to be interesting because we've seen Dota the 2 play Underlord, Earthshaker. He's played a Clockwork. He's played a lot of strange, like, defensive heroes. And Legion's more aggressive than those heroes, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Obviously, I mean, Legion can jump on all these heroes. The Bane plus Legion interaction's a little bit weird. I know Sleep doesn't really help that much. I don't know. It's real weird, though.
Yeah, it could be kind of a deny pick from Complexity as well. They've picked it quite a bit. And then if you look at some of the laning mechanics there for Complexity, if you have like Bane, that's not a hero that can really bully the Legion Commander out. Legion Commander with that press the attack is a strong dispel. One of the few strong dispels in the game that's like a non-ulti as well. So if you try to put Enfeeble on him, he can dispel those kind of debuffs off allies and wake them up from stuns. It's just a hero, whether he's on the front line absorbing spells or helping someone else survive, has a lot of utility and value. And he can really bully like a weaker safe laner if they put one there.
Yep, and obviously, I believe, I don't want it 100%, but press the attack takes off grip.
I believe so, as a strong dispel.
Because it is strong dispel. It's one of those things, like, it says strong dispel and it says that, but it's an ultimate and you get nervous. But that is a very good pick. And here we go. Complexity's hitting him with the Planet Odd. The Gyrocopter. Interesting. We saw the hero almost work. It didn't work out. It worked out one game. Planet Odd's played it twice. They're 1-1 on it. Lina plus Gyro. That is a very, very good late game combo and early game, right? Gyro's one of those few carries who grows to a super massive size, but also early game you TP with that level 6. Oh, pardon me, I got the hiccups. And he has a lot of team fight, right? Earthshaker, Lina, Gyro is extremely strong level 6 team fighting and also extremely good late game. Feels really like a good all-around draft by Complexity. Maybe missing out a little bit on the lanes right now because of that Bane. He's good at bullying one hero, but he's really not that good in the laning phase except to bully one person maybe.
Yeah, the Gyro, they also have a lot of good setup for him. Like, when you're a Gyrocopter, you enter a fight, you want people to be, like, in place, not moving when you drop the hammer and the ult on them, and you want to be able to hit them like that. So you have the Bane, natural setup, obviously, for the Gyro's complement of spells. The other stuns coming out as well. So they can create a very good damage environment for the Gyro. But in terms of weaknesses, I mean, this is kind of a strange hero in terms of self-sufficiency, right? Because he's got that Rocket Barrage, which hurts really hard early on in lane. But he's also kind of a squishy hero.
He is.
So if you manage to, say, send a strong duo and run at him, like he has trouble being able to fight back unless there's a very precise rotation. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the case here. I don't think Complexity really want to be kind of stuck sitting in their lane babysitting this Gyro. So we'll have to see if we'll end up, I don't know if the Sand King stays top a little bit more.
Yeah, it feels like, Legion Commander, Sand King, obviously. You just stun that Gyro, get like 1 or 2 moment procs. A lot of damage going to be done. Like, they ban out the Nyx, so one of those roaming 4s. Obviously, Night Stalker, Clockwork already gone as well. Enchantress seems to still be in the pool, you know. I don't think Enchantress is that bad for Complexity here. It gives them a little more roaming. It also kind of hinders their lane. And oh, was that you bringing up the carry Venge yesterday? I believe it was. We haven't seen it much, but I really like it here. You're going to get a lot of presence, right? He has his own stun wave. All 3 of his skills are super good. Even early game, you push towers, set up for Legion, and we didn't talk about it, sorry. The Legion Invoker, obviously dual Sunstrike combo is one of the most deadly for Legion. It's great for him.
Yeah, this hero is good on multiple levels. One, like it's the less greedy early game hero. So if you're expecting a lot of rotations, again, he has his own setup, his own stun. And then you look at the itemization on most carry Vengeful Spirits. They might get more utility items, whether we're talking about Solar Crest or Pipe. Those are items that an offlaner like Legion Commander doesn't get, as compared to like say an Underlord or something, right? Who's going to get those kind of defensive heal items. So he's a natural carrier of utility items, and also he's got save. So there's now multiple layers of save on Wheel. They have the Vengeful Spirit to be able to swap someone out of harm's way. They have the Legion Commander with the strong Dispel, and they have the Silencer to disrupt combos if you're about to go on someone. So multiple layers of save for Wheel to counter the aggression of Complexity when they get those levels up.
Yeah, and man, did I just forget IO wasn't banned? I forgot. That's a very big combo they used to run. I definitely know IO Gyro during like Complexity's TI4 run was a big staple of them, with Ziz on the Gyro and Z-Freak on the IO, and I actually just completely forgot about IO, and that's a very good hero here. Nice save, obviously, versus Legion Commander duel. Pretty much just versus anything. Obviously, Silencer can be a very rough hero for IO, especially.
IO seems like a great like Han import for some of these like Han heavy teams, because it seemed like they were running that like back in the day, and then like even with the Euro edition of the squad, when they had the Swedes, like they were running a lot of IO Tiny stuff like that. So I think it's a nice fit. It gives them a lot of mobility. Like again, I find it kind of favors their playstyle. They'll be wanting to run around and take a lot of fights. That's how this team usually plays.
Yep. And how does we might see what IO Lina middle versus Sand King Invoker, and Lina spamming Q with that tether on her is gonna be extreme. That's gonna be a ton of damage if like Sand King stuns in, gets blocked by a creep wave. Could be bad. One player I want to talk, man. Wheel Wreck, their position 4 Matt from the old Drinking Boys and all the Void Boys. He is really like leveled up. You know, when you watch a player, I watched a lot of players grow up, and some of them, you know, they stagnate. This guy's one of those people you can actually like watch his skill levels increase as he's playing.
Watch them grow up. Good old Grant. Watch them get from the early to mid game of life. Of their Dota careers,
and there it is, Mayor McBooty Slam. I annihilate. As you see it right here. What a great name.
I mean, how can you root against Mayor McBooty Slam?
Yeah, but oh, moo. You see a lot of mode equal King Tekka, which means you're just going to run down middle. Mode equals Ritsu, which means you're going to try as hard as you can when you play for certain people. And mode equals win. I'm going to assume that means he wants to win. I think most of these teams probably want to win at this point. Oh, and the hotkeys are changed, everyone. Sorry. You know, last it's a nice one. What in God's name is happening here? But Demon, no boots first on the Bane, probably because that Wisp is going to go for the early bottle. Yep, so he gets nothing but 1 ward and the health potions. I kind of like boots first on Bane, like you said. Like, he can really harass a Silencer if he wants. But without that boots, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. Wheel?
Yeah, he's still 310 without boots, so he still moves around pretty quickly. One thing that we've seen Wheel do quite a bit is kind of leave the 2 bottom and let him be able to farm that safe lane. And looks like they're leaning towards an aggro this time.
Yep. That'll be interesting. Oop, I hear Sunstrike off somewhere, but looks like, oh, it actually hits on Firo here. They scout out that he does want that rune. They're not doing any crazy tricks. Actually tickles him a little bit, too. Look, he's like trying to avoid now. He's like, if I get hit by 1 more, that is actually a lot of damage on me before I hit the mid lane.
Yeah, and I like this decision to try to aggro here from Wheel, even though it's an aggressive tri-lane. These are heroes that don't really need that many levels to be deadly. Versus Complexity, you kind of want the levels up. Again, the Gyro's kind of squishy. His Rocket Barrage is only going to do so much.
Talking of Gyro, he's going to see it, but obviously he sees him through those little tree things, and Wheel will pick it up. Yeah, I like it as well, right? They have 2 stuns. He did go last word first. Is that common in an aggro tri-lane? I always thought Arcane Curse or even Glaives is almost better, because you get insane harass with Glaives. That's an interesting call. I'll definitely watch to see if anything crazy is there.
You would think it'd be Arcane Curse, but in this case they have like great single target burst with the 2 stuns, so maybe that's just kind of like a first blood type of choice.
Yep, and look at already the rotation down. The Moo was like, okay, we are definitely not going to be fighting into these 3 heroes. We are going to go top. Swindle blocks their waveform, pops the clarity, and he will be heading top. Demon as well. Demon and Swindle have to play super far right. This is going to be a hard lane, even aggro, to get experience right, because if you get stunned once, you're probably dead.
Yeah, there's no probably about it. You're gone.
I'm in the wrong one.
Stunned once.
Oops. No.
Also, like, the last word is also good for other reasons. If you're up against an Earthshaker and or Bane, that second spell basically can't be cast after the last word, and that is often the saving spell for them, whether it's another stun, whether it's a sap or a sleep. So.
We see Silencer rotates bottom now, actually, so it's going to be a 2 versus 2 lane. IO Gyro, a classic versus the old Silencer Legion. Don't see that often. Top lane, Venge Sand King double stun versus Earthshaker Bane. So a little bit different lanes actually from both teams. I think this favors complexity a little because you're splitting up a lot of the kill potential from Wheel by doing this, and Mad on the Sand King isn't like really able to roam, which is a big part of why Sand King's so good now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off. On the other hand, like if your supports have to stay in lane, then you're not expecting them to pressure Mayor McBooty Slam here mid.
Yeah.
And that's pretty important because with the Lina, you have a lot of kill potential. You can potentially really shut down this Invoker if you're able to rotate onto him. But if they can't free up the manpower and the bodies to do that, then the Invoker has a better start and has a better time.
Yep. Exactly, and is this the first real 1v1 lane we've seen middle in what, how long? This is actually just a 1v1. This is a pleasant surprise to watch, but now a haste rune and
doesn't have light strike.
He doesn't have it. He
can
still
a lot of damage
kill him.
coming out from the next Dragon Slave. Yeah, this is going to be a tough dodge for Annihilate. He's going to have to hit Cold Snap right now. There's the Sunstrike. Is it going to be enough, though? He's still got a cell. Nope.
Yep, and it's all because the creeps were pushed into the tower, so the tower was hitting the creeps all the time, and it also gave him vision behind the tower. And
I'm losing it, Grant. I just forgot I wasn't play-by-play. I don't know what I was doing right there.
Wow, you're good. Hey, do your thing. I enjoyed it, Jack. You got some hype in there. You know what I'm saying? I love to hear that girth in your voice.
Girth in the voice. All right.
Invoker, though, that is... I mean, this is Lina. Look at that dragon, man. It's insane. 115 mana for 180 damage on an 8-second cooldown. He didn't even need the stun, right? He just casted Dragon Slave twice on Annihilate and ran him down.
Yep.
Wisp. Let's see if how many does he get here? 1 stack. Oh, that's bad. He only got 1 stack with his orbs, which is the small camp. Didn't get the ancient stack. Wonder if he's going to check and be like, damn it. Doesn't look like it. He has a bottle. I'm surprised he didn't wait to pick up that rune. I think it doesn't really matter that much, but Dota 2, I think one of the other underrated players. He's one of those guys who can either be the most big playmaker or can go 0-5, be really toxic, even in a competitive game. I mean, they're playing tiebreakers right now to qualify for a playoff stage, so he's definitely improved that mindset a little bit.
Well, is this the guy you were talking about who you said you saw grow up? Because he's been around for a while. He's a really young guy as well, right?
I mean, a lot of these guys, yeah, him more so. But I mean, Mad. I mean, I loved watching Void Boys, so I watched a lot of them. But Dota 2 hasn't really been on teams, right? But you've seen him in the NEL, all the.
He plays in
the leagues.
He's a Sunday Evening Cup series.
Yep.
And all that stuff,
he got banned from Sunday Evening Cup series. I don't know. It was a big thing on NA Dota that he won a series, and Spitwad, he always paid out, but apparently Dota 2 said, I need my money now.
Oh, I remember this.
And Spitwad banned him permanently. He got his money and banned him permanently, and it actually, I wouldn't want to say killed SCCS, but, I mean, they took a big hit, because that's a team that plays every week, right? And, I mean, as the days went on, that league kind of went downhill.
Yeah, I remember that became like a meme, right? And how much was it for? It was
$100.
$100.
I mean, it was a decent. Right? I think it was $100 total, so it was $20 for him.
No.
They won the finals. It was $100 each per player, which, I mean, Dota 2 is like 16, 17.
Yeah, that's a lot of money when you're 16.
Dude, I would take $100
also,
right now.
It's about the principles, Grant.
Yeah.
Man's got to have principles. It doesn't matter how much money. It could have been 10 cents.
Yep.
If I win SCCS, you better give me money.
Well, 10 cents, Jack. I don't know about that. I don't think I'd care that much. Wouldn't you want to keep playing, get better at the game, or what?
That's not worth 10 cents to me. No, just kidding, man. It's about the principles still.
Yep. And Invoker pops a health potion middle, level 5.5. Lina is about 6.5, and this is the problem. Invoker's good, but Lina's just a better hero. Bottom lane, a possible gank coming. Mad here. Invisible IO. When's that wearing off? It's been there. Oh, tether to Moo. This could definitely be a kill. They're actually getting the stun up. He is tethered up. He has the bottle. Problem is he's not missing too much. He's going to try to juke around in the jungle. Will last word take him off? No. It actually, yeah, I think it did. And he gets the 2 intelligence and a big kill on their core hero.
It's a -2 or a +2, depending on if you're a plus or -2 type of guy.
And man, KV, this is technically a carry vengeful spirit, but it is solo in the offlane right now. This is a new one to me even.
A lot of lane rotations for both teams, trying to find a favorable matchup.
Yep.
They're going to put Moo finally back up in the safe lane as things are getting a little bit dangerous down there.
Yeah, but he has a little more survivability, right? He has the phase boots. He's just a higher level in general, so the stats are better, but if they rotate again, I mean, Mad gets 1 stun on him. This Venge puts out a lot of DPS, especially in 200 gold with her phase boots. Oh, we're going to see a sleep, but he just wants the rune. And he does get it. Oh, and Mad TP to the shrine instead of the tier 2. He's juking around. No boots. This is either going to be a lot of space or a free kill. And it's going to be space. You see how Demon placed the ward? He knows where to juke, and, well, they didn't even think Demon went this way. All right.
Demon is the original juke lord, man. I remember
Absolutely.
back in the Dota 1 days, he was just putting moves on people, doing some crazy stuff in the trees.
Yeah, and like we said, Merlinian event, the jungle. Demon perfected. Juke in the jungle in middle lane. We are going to see Invoker Sleep. Nice. Wake up from Sand King. Uh-oh, Derp's getting a double stun, but because of that last word, no combos are allowed to come out, so...
Yeah, Leon did not skill her ult at 6 either, so, I mean, I think maybe because of mana problems, but...
Yeah, I mean, look at that. It is 280. I still remember when Demon was playing a Rubik and he stole Laguna Blade, he actually didn't have enough total mana to cast it. It was hilarious. And Swindle now? Almost level 6. This is the thing. I think Swindle... I don't know if it's a draft enabling him, but he always finds farm lately in the new iteration of this team, which I think is good. And especially Earthshaker as a hero. Has to be careful. Overwhelming odds does quite the damage with this many creeps.
You know, that reminds me, because Chinese fans compared Swindle to the American ROTK, and ROTK recently has been finding farm as well. Coincidence?
Damn, is that a... Does ROTK know he's called that? Do you think he'd feel insulted by that or no? How is Swindle viewed by the Chinese community?
No. Swindle is the American ROTK. So I don't know
okay.
but actually, when I told him that last year at Manila, Swindle was like...
Oh, mid lane, pardon me. There's going to be a sleep coming on Sand King, so he can't get anything. Derp's getting harassed down. Oh, Cold snaps up. They're going to stack stuns. Here comes the Stun Strike. Will it be enough? Doesn't look like it. It is barely Caustic Finale, but it's going to be a 2-for-1. Derp goes down as well. And he does not get the intellect because he died first. Whoa, and a kill. The snipe by Firo. That is huge. I can't believe he got that snipe. I'm surprised he didn't juke back out, but ouch. And look at that. It's like nothing even happened. My man's getting bottled up by the Wisp here. Arcane Curse is going to fly, but the tower dies. And Complexity. This has to feel bad for Wheel, right? Like, we've beaten coL twice. Why are we in this situation playing him again? And I think coL, out of the 3 teams, right, Wheel, coL, and DC, I'd be most afraid of, like, Swindle getting, 7 or 8 hours off to think about everything that's going on. He seems like a guy who would really contemplate everything.
Oh, yeah, he's a thinker. He's a thinker, and he's got a lot of things to say, too. You know, one of those things you see from, like, college football or something else is, like, it's so hard to win the rematches against the same team, right? They've beaten them twice. Yeah. So they have to beat them again, and it's kind of like, you know, we've already seen, like, we know this team, and, like, what can we learn from them when we played against them?
Yep. Here we go. Annihilate's actually taking the stack, just the straight-up meteor on top of it. I like this. Needs to get some farm. And Firo's here. Oh, you're dead, bud.
Firo's
Sorry.
got the blade now. Yeah. There it is. Just skilled it at level 9. Perfect time to deliver that one straight to the face of the 2. But let's go back to that story real quick. Manila Major last year, I was talking to Swindle. I was like, hey, Chinese fans think you're like the American ROTK. You know what he said to me? He turns and he's like, I guess that means I'm not headed to TI this year. So that was unfortunately true for ROTK last year, very emotional, and unfortunately it is once again also true for ROTK this year. We will not see him.
What team was he playing on, or was he on one?
VGJ.
Oh, VGJ, man, they were the could be, right? They seem like they might be a reasonable small all-star team, and they just couldn't make anything happen. Congrats to IGV, by the way, qualifying out of China. My favorite Chinese team to watch, maybe even more than Newbie. I love those two. I just love dogfights. If I could just love a team for one player, it's definitely IGV.
Dogfights was Bobica before Bobica.
Oh, yeah, exactly. During the MDL phase, Dogfights was the premier 4. He invented 4. Uh-oh, we're going to see Jaro. My God, he's zooming around, though. Oh, man, this is not a good fight to take. Duel's going to come out. No one's going to be winning this. Maybe, though, the Sunstrike, will it do enough? Do they get a yes? Oh, I think oh, my goodness, I thought that Ice Ogre actually got the kill, and that's a double kill now. I thought coL was going to turn that around. That global presence of Sunstrike.
I want to credit the 2 there, because right before that duel, he had a split second in which he could have gone for the bounty rune that he was sending right next. But he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm not going to be a greedy bastard. I'm going to go grab that duel instead.
Who ended up grabbing? Oh, the Z-Freak. Z-Freak's like, I'll take it.
Z-Freak's like, I'm going to die anyway. Might as well get a bounty for my troubles.
Yep. And Swindle, like we said, man, there it is. The Tread Soul Ring, level 8. He does a decent chunk of damage. Like, you have to be careful. He doesn't have Blink yet, obviously, but he can set up kills for Firo, like we saw bottom on the 2. And look at this, man. What do they have to stop this split push right now? Firo, even without double damage, he's destroying this tower quite a bit. Obviously, DD helps out.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to take a while for this Invoker to come online. This is a nice wraparound here on Firo. clutch stun. Is he going to be able to get the swap off? He moves pretty quick.
He could get
but with those fiery soul stacks going down, will he be caught here?
He's just clicking it on him, right? That's all Mad Mang from the backside. You are not getting away from this young man. Oh, they want this Sunstrike. Gets him the experience, gets him the dual win, and they commit 4 bottom for it, but you get the dual win and you get Invoker the experience. That's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and they have this lane ward here to do complexity that can see if there are rotations coming from the tower. And then I like complexity's warding as well. Like, again, very deep in the enemy jungle. You had the one that Demon placed. One just expired mid, but they've got that jungle vision. This is how they like to play. Again, they push out the towers, they establish that deep vision and find fights.
Yep. And Demon, level 6 now. Oh, man, without the hotkeys, it's going to be rough. I got to change this bag. Let's see. Hero level is still E. Only Derp not level 6. He's 5.5 now. Has the tome already been purchased? It doesn't look like it has. I know there's a way to check. I always forget how, though. Silencer needs that level 6 because, I mean, with the IO, if the IO goes for, like, a tether save or goes for the save into the tether, you know, if you get we've seen a lot where you get that silence and he just teleports himself because he can't tether. It's going to be interesting. Man, Swindle, he just scares me when he gets all this farm. Middle lane. This could be the swap now. But Demon's here. They have an Invis rune up on Bane. This is going to be very interesting. Look at, he's just, oh. Demon wants him to go. This could be bad for old the two.
Nightmares and
oh, nice swap into the global silence. He just picked it up. I don't think they can get this Lina. They need to be careful. Derp is going to slow him down with the Arcane Curse. That Sunstrike, he gets it. KVH picks up the kill. Io's going to tether in, bring in his boy Moo. Dota 2 will go down. Will they be able to get anyone else? Looks like they are going for the Vengeful Spirit. They're going to try to chase him down. He is blocked. Stun comes up. He's just going to square up, right? Yep. And a 2-for-1 trade, 3-for-1 trade. Derp goes down. Not bad. I didn't even see where that was. It was right up here. All right.
The start of that sequence, I almost felt like I was watching a replay from the when did EG last throw era because Demon is invis. He was like, I gotta do something with this, right? So he throws out the Nightmare. It gets his mid killed actually in the process, but Complexity or Johnny on the spot with the rotations. They managed to get 3 kills in return. Still though, I'm not too sure. Well, I mean, they did get Avenge out of it, but still, the Lina dies and that sets her momentum back even further. So.
Yeah, but true. But you lose Dota the 2 as well, who is still 1,000 away from Blink. Sand King's almost closer than him to it. I mean, you just want Blink on one of them, right? That's a big rotation. You need that Blink. Rotate with it and do your thing. I Annihilate, Hand of Midas, about 1/3 of the way towards this Aghanim. It's actually like a 4th, but obviously Invoker versus Lina late game. Both these are like 2 of the hardest scaling late game mids now. It'll be interesting to see if we even make it that far.
Yeah, now look at the tower situation. That's probably the biggest difference so far. Like, Complexity's towers are still pretty much in pristine condition, but they've dropped 2 towers bottom and the tier 1 mid. So a lot of extra gold coming out for them at this point, and they got the advantage in terms of lane farm as well. So a nice edge here for Complexity. We'll see if they can safeguard that one going down.
Yeah. There we go. Legion just trying to farm the jungle. He knows he wants to get some farm. Bane getting experience top. He's level 8. That's the biggest thing, man. These levels, and oh, yes, he's not. I used to be a fan of leveling up Nightmare. I love the level them in Feeble. It's actually so good. 60 damage reduction base. Like, Sand King's doing 15 then. I know he's not a big right clicker, but Invoker, minus 60 from that guy. He still does a decent chunk of XR, but stun comes out. Do we have grip? He just got it. He actually tries to stun away. Swap comes back. They're going to go on Demon. Here we go. Is it going to be the Gyro come with him? Global comes out. It is Gyro. Will they all be able to get out, though? That'll be a kill on Demon.
So
oh, they want to go in.
Blink.
Mad Mang. But Gyro uses ult. They need to be careful. Maybe they can set up the IO and stop it. Swindle is going to get a huge dunk there to push him back. Oh, no. And he left Moo. Will he be able to go down? Firo, they'll get a harassed on Light. Try to scare him. I like that. I'm surprised Zephyr didn't take him. It was a good play. Didn't. Here comes the Rocket.
He's a dead man.
He is dead as it gets. Rocket. Oh, actually, the Creeps pick up the kill, but Mad, once again, he's in trouble. Do they? I don't think they have a stun for him. Ooh. But they get a tower and a 3-for-1, only losing Demon, and they lose their tier 1. Like you said, this tower game is going very well for Complexity.
I want to give Swindle a lot of credit there for a play that he made near the shop. So he had enough mana for his Blink Dagger, but instead of picking it up and, say, either having the other team see it or risk the other team canceling his Blink with some kind of damage, or some kind of AoE, he basically waited as long as he could to pick up the Blink Dagger, and then the other team didn't know about it. Like Wheel had no idea, and then you saw the 2 walk just a little bit too close to his buddy for the Blink dunk. So nice play there from Swindle with the patience from Swindle on the Blink Dagger.
And here we go. We see the Gyro, and I really do just want to call it the Planet Odd Gyro because he's going the exact same build. It's a good play, but it's interesting, right? We don't see gyros. Have we seen any other region pick the gyro in this tournament, I should say? Not that I can recall.
Not really. This was. I think this hero was a candidate for one of the more useless heroes by the Lacoste table. We saw OG run it in Star Ladder like a couple months ago. They lost, and like that was the time when nobody was really picking him at all. He has been picked up a little bit more lately, and some people were theory crafting some like good Aghanims builds with him, but we really haven't seen that. He goes the Halberd first seems to be pretty standard pickup.
Into Sanjin Yasha for the most part.
But with Halberd buffs, Halberd is a nice item for him in many ways.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Invoker, I mean, his right-click damage early game is nice. You take that away, you take a Legion Commander duel, you hit him with that. I mean, it's just a good item overall now. And Mad has his blink. He's waiting. He's like, oh, he doesn't have a ulti, though, so it's still a tough kill, and Meteor gets dropped, so they're just going to push out the wave. You definitely get ult at level 10, right? On the Sand King? Because you have blink, I guess. Maybe he didn't think he was going to get blink soon enough.
Yeah, you'll see people wait for the blink, but I think he could have gone for earlier. I mean, I'm not sure how much you're expecting to get out of Sandstorm when there's so many different ways to cancel it, even without vision.
Z-Freak? Oh no, but Z-Freak will be around. Here comes the Stun Thread. He's going to share a lot of the damage with the creeps right there. Ulti's going to fly out from the gyro, and Mad knows they don't have vision, so if they waited, actually, I mean, they shouldn't have. I think going to gyro is smart, but if they had waited maybe half a second, that IO is going to come into vision of the Invoker, and they could have killed him easily, but
yeah,
that's the hindsight we have.
They needed the epicenter for it as well.
Yeah. Would they have gotten even with the epicenter? That would have been a tough kill. That's the thing with IO, right? So good at these defensive kind of saves.
Yeah,
and that Sunstrike, the Sunstrike, right? It's hit like 5 creeps and him. It was a little badly mistimed by Wheel, but we have a fight coming in. Mad's in a little bit of trouble here. He's gonna get stunned out. I mean, he's dead. Derp dies as well to Demon on the, I'm not really sure where, on the right side, the back side? Looks like the back side. And now they're looking for the 2. He's gonna try to TP out. KVH as well is trying to get away. Stun flies. Firo can't quite get in range. Does he have cast range? Yes, he does, and this is gonna be a kill on KVH. And I hate to say it, but this game is spiraling very quickly out of control for the Radiant.
This is going Complexity's way, and just the whole rhythm and pace of the game. Like when we saw them beat EG in Boston, this is kind of a similar playstyle to that.
Yeah, it is. And I like when they play more like that. I know it's not really an insult to coL, but I'll be honest, I like when Veno gets banned versus them. It forces them to play a different playstyle, which gets them wins, so to say.
Yeah, I like to see Mu a little bit
more
taking more of these fights
instead of
sitting there planting serpent wards. As much as I like the Venom bits, I mean,
yeah. I mean, even you can only play it so long, right? You only played it. I mean, you played it 40 games in 2 days, but even you can only deal so much. And now we see nothing crazy happening. Just coL. We'll see if they do it the NP style. You know, the super defensive. And people are like, Grant, you shouldn't flame their play. I never flame it. I think it isn't that fun to watch, but it's super effective. And trust me, all the casters know that is absolutely a way to win how NP plays, and it's an amazing play style.
Yeah, you're not in there to look pretty, and they got enough fans as it is. They don't need more fans with their play style. They're the anime squad. So.
Yeah, and they're at TI, so I mean they don't care what anyone says. It could be freaking whoever Eternal Envy. Who do you think Eternal Envy looks up to in the Dota scene? You think there is anyone, or is he one of those guys who like never looked up to anyone?
If he would look up to somebody, it would probably be one of those like weird people that you wouldn't expect for some like weird reason, you know, like.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Who would it be? I remember in Han though, he had quite the stack back with the AMX Zaku and all them. It's crazy how he's moved up from kind of a memey Han team to second best in NA is, I believe, the general consensus behind EG.
I mean, they really looked up to Wings, like around like Summit time and afterwards. They're kind of almost fanboying it up a little bit, really just wanting to play them and learn from them.
Yep. What was that picture? Is him with? Was it?
Shadow.
It was Shadow, yeah. And I remember it was like, oh my god, I got a picture of them. And I remember Shadow's face was like kind of like a half smile. He's like, this guy's weird.
Yeah, Wings, rest in peace. None of them will be there at TI to defend their title. Not Eclipse, not eHome, and not Django, or Dango. Should have been Django Unlimited. Unchained, Unlimited. Yeah. Or yeah, whatever. But
do any Chinese players just fly to TI if they're not invited or playing, or they don't really care? They're more about just playing.
Some might cast or might be.
But
Part
if they're
of the
not
talent,
casting, no one's gonna fly just to be there.
Yeah, probably not. Because it's almost like they consider almost embarrassing that they're there and they're not playing. You know, it's like, what are you doing here? In fact, when they lose, I would expect a lot of teams or players to stay for the rest of TI. They like change their tickets right away and just get out of there.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. Smoke Gank was coming up, but I can't believe they didn't jump on anyone there. They're actually looking for Swindle. This is the only guy by himself right now. Do they have vision on? Doesn't look like they do, and he's going to be fine. And this is, this is looking real rough. Your Invoker's the highest net worth on your team, which he should be, but even he's 2,000 below Lena right now. Has his Ags, obviously, he can make some plays. Oh, middle lane, we do have a duel coming out. It's on Swindle, who they get, and Demon's there as well. Wow. Nice blink stun from Sand King to get both of them. They get that instant duel off, and there you go. That's one way to get a little bit back into the game, right?
Well, here's the one thing for Complexity that could be an issue for them is, like, they're very good at, their team and lineup is built to take these, like, tier 1s, these early towers very quickly and put you into your base. But in terms of finishing the game, it's a bit tougher task for them. Like, they don't have anyone who's great at high grounding. They don't have anyone that you may really necessarily want to park on the front lines to hit towers. Like, they're pretty susceptible to, like, targeted counter initiation or, like, just single target burst with the silencer as well. So they have some susceptibilities too. Like, when you have this, like, wild game where there's a ton of mobility going on and, like, fights all over the place, Complexity excelled at that. But when you get to more of these kind of set-piece fights or fights that happen in a bottleneck, then, you know, I think Wheel can kind of hold their own and really pick their spots. That's
the thing. I still consider Ice Wall one of the greatest skills if you get to the late game, right? 5-second BKBs versus Ice Wall, that is very tough. Ice Wall is just one of those spells, like, if you don't have a plan for it, that can really fuck you up. Middle lane, here we go. Are we going to see the Global Silence comes out, Sunstrike flies. They're going to get it. And oh, look at Mad with the big epi, gets the kill. Oh, the dunk comes out from Signal. Only stuns one, but they pay up the kill with that. Urn's going to cancel anything he can. Derp might go down, but I think if Wheel can somehow get out of here, they're okay. They don't like it necessarily, but Bloodstone charges down for the Lena. You lose the 2, but at least your guy got some damage. And, well, there you go. Quick rotations from Complexity there. Oh my, what? Is that on me? My bad. That's a Sunstrike kill top. Jack, I'll take blame for that. I should have noticed, because he actually pinged top. I should have went up there. I should have listened, but a more important note is Roche is going down here to the Dire. Who do you give it to right now, Lena or Gyro?
I think you gotta give it to Lena, actually.
Uh-oh, unless this guy, they end up stealing it. It's going down. What's going to happen here? Nope, they blink out, and they end up giving it to the Lena. Laguna comes out, kills Matt, swap back, but he blinks away. No instant damage, and Moo is running, and there's that Ice Wall, like I said, BKB, and you can't. Ice, oh my god, Ice Wall God? Did I not just talk about Ice Wall, Jack? When BKBs run out, that spell is dank nasty.
Well, I mean, I ranted about Invoker for a long time, but of the many disgusting spells that he has, I mean, the Ice Wall is just...
Oh, the dust, it does hit, but they have a shrine. No, that... Well, you're just dead at this point, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, when you play against the Invoker, there's so many ways that he just stops you from playing Dota. You're either up in the air, you're permanently stunned, you're just dead to a combo, or you're in the Ice Wall and you're not moving. So, you know, not playing Dota up against a late game Invoker feels really bad.
Yeah. And we see I Annihilate. Level 17 has Boots of Travel now, but he gets the tower top, which is good, right? You're down on the tower game. You're kind of down on the vision game because of that. By doing that, you open up a little bit more of that Dire jungle. And that is definitely needed. What is Gyro sitting at now? He's got, oh yeah, we saw the BKB. And the first use of BKB, maybe not the best. They get the kill on Sand King. Maybe not necessary. He just didn't want the Aegis and Roshan stolen.
Yeah, the Aegis on Lena, I still think is pretty crucial. Like, you know, whether it's the Bloodstone charges, she has fewer defensive items to keep herself alive, and she has more consistent damage output at this point as well, and disable. So,
and look at this
choice.
Every Legion gets it right, but it is super good. The Blade No Mad trying to hide. They have no vision. Tornado's gonna fly. Demon could actually be in trouble. Firo first. The Aegis is still up, though. Uh-oh. He uninvises. They're going to get the kill on Fear. Mad. Isn't he just going to brain stabbed and died? All right.
Demon.
Yep.
Classic Jimmy.
Nice timing, though. He's in Viz. They have vision, and he's going to die. Global Silence on the backside. Nice. He gets it off before anything happens. BKB is now going to get popped. He's going to throw up that ulti. They are destroying this IO, though. He goes down. No, Swindle is going to save the entire fight. The 4-man dunk. And Swindle God might have just got him a Rax. Oh my goodness. What a, as you said, it looked disastrous for Complexity. Like, that was perfectly played by Wheel.
You think that one was planned? I mean, that's just super next level. If that was a plan from Complexity, we are going to let them think that this Lina has overextended. Demon is going to finish off the Sand King with his cheeky hiding play, and everybody's going to rotate in and clean him up.
Oh, that definitely wasn't the plan. It was just quick rotations, right? If they think something's going down, they move on it, and man, Swindle, they don't lose a Rax. But the unfortunate thing is buyback is used by Annihilate, which still in third place, actually. He was, I believe he was in second or first place, so it's not the worst. He has Midas as well, but he has to use buyback. They don't lose a Rax, and man, I can't believe they killed Lina twice so easily. And think if, I'm surprised Matt did what he did, right? He could have just sat in Sandstorm still, but he let Demon just kill him. And I think he could have had a bigger impact in the fight if that
I'm not sure
happen.
if he knew that Demon was there, actually, or
at
in
all?
that precise position.
Okay, yeah. I didn't really see how it happened, but oh, smoke gank coming. And here we go, young Swindle. They might not think this is coming, right? He just uses ulti. Maybe you don't want to fight, but...
Yeah, they want to find Annihilate farming the jungle, which would just secure them a lane here, but yeah, he's up top.
Might secure him 2 lanes at that point. Yeah, and look at that. They're sitting up top. They know something's up. They're like, what in God's name is happening here? No one's on the map. These guys are in... Oh, they're... Oh, Derp, my man. Yes, okay, go up. I was like, come on, don't get caught by this one. Like, getting caught in your own base, it has to be the worst feeling, especially as a support. I really do like that rotation of Complexity. Because they know Earthshaker ults down, they might not think anything's going to happen. And Mad, still just hiding in the trees right now.
Yeah, it's a nice, super aggressive move from them.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, what a clutch play in those last fights. Like, I thought it was going to go horribly there for Complexity. And
if Swindle wasn't there, it would have been a 4-for-1 for sure. And now they can kill Shrines. Maybe they forgot about it. Now they don't. Fearl's like, wait a minute. This is free gold. Sick. And now we see him running back. He is going for a Lincoln Sphere on Lina. It's interesting, right? Cold Snap, Sand King. My bad, missed that kill. Bottom is mad. Yeah, mad. But it's Cold Snap, Sand King stun, Last Word, Swap, Venge stun, Dual. Like, is Lincoln's really the? Do you like Lincoln's here on Lina?
I'm not sure that it does quite enough for her. I mean, I think she's worried about that first burst of initiation, whether it's, you know, the swap or the duel from Legion Commander. So not so much like it's going to keep her alive in the long term when she's like in there and hanging and banging with the other team, but it'll stop that first wave. You don't want to be caught off guard and just instantly get melted. So.
And here we go, a base push coming. We saw tier 2 did drop up to the Invoker, which helps get him a lot of farm. Nice Tornado, EMP, get a drop on him, and boop. Oh, it hit. Oh, I thought it hit Z-Freak. It didn't. And he'll get his mana back because Z-Freak's here, but now they can't really push. That is the thing versus an Invoker, right? Even if you are up 9K, I mean, 1 EMP on maybe 2 heroes just stops you in your tracks.
Yeah, we talked about before, the bottleneck. You don't really want to be fighting into a bottleneck against this hero.
And Sand King, they have 2 extremely strong bottlenecky heroes. I mean, I guess same on the Complexity side, but they're not defensive right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's not their territory being threatened.
That's the funny thing. Both teams have a very nice high ground defense. Complexity not having to put theirs to use yet.
I like this Lotus Orb pickup from Demon as well. I think sometimes you'll see Bane go for like a Glimmer Cape or something, but in this case, like, there are just so many potent, like, single target spells for blowing someone up that you want to be able to counter with the Lotus Orb.
Yep, and we've seen both teams already picking up a ton of vision. So Glimmer is good to maybe dodge a few things, but with all the vision being picked up from both teams, probably not the best item. And it gives him armor. Bane loves armor. Gyro moving around.
26 armor, man. Bane
I told you that because he went to 6 armor, Oh, we're just chilling right now. Z-Freak, Moon kind of farming up. Gyro's almost level 20. 20% cooldown reduction is a very good one on Gyro. Firo, 21 now. Almost 25, and that's when Lina, you get 1 damage item on her, and you feel like an insanely talented right-click hero as a Lina even.
Yeah, you would see some Linas go for the Shivas in this case, and then for CCNC that transition to Daedalus Scotty, and it just becomes a, I'm not about my spells anymore.
Yeah. I wonder what Wheel's picture is. Is that just a wheel with a smiley face?
Is it just like... It's just like a bad face?
But look at it. It's like a smiley face inside of a face. I actually have no clue. And now, another stop push. This is the thing. Vengeful with just the aura and all that is still doing 200 damage a hit, which is nice. Very quick attack speed, 0.7. Doesn't even have items yet. Vengeful is a strangely weird scaling hero, right? Because she can't farm that well. She just does not farm well at all. But when she has farm, great. But how do you get it?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird hero because you have heroes like Weaver who need to farm like both offensive and defensive items. For Venge, it feels like the damage is there, and then most Venges just get like utility or other defensive items to keep them alive. So yeah, but not a hero that farms particularly well, as you said.
Yep.
Doesn't really clear out waves. Had kind of a tough landing situation because you had to go top for a little bit. So you know, not ideal in terms of the position that she's in. Only got a Hurricane Pike here at 32 minutes. Hasn't even died that much, just that there hasn't been that much farm available. Like this, kind of one of the boons of Complexity's playstyle.
Yep, exactly. And there we go. Gyro splits it up. Sanjanyasha plus a Butterfly now. We see Matt actually not going for either his level 2 15 talent. Is this one of the few games where you think Epicenter attack slow could be good? It feels like during these team fights, if BKB goes down and you get it off, that could be big, but that Sandstorm pressure, he's been split pushing a lot.
No,
So
I think
Sandstorm's good. You think keep Sandstorm?
Yeah, I think that Epicenter attack slow is one of the
Biggest garbos?
more. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you know, if we had Lacoste in here talking about most useless talents, I think that's just so specific.
Yeah.
Most Sand Kings nowadays, like you don't really rely on the Epicenter for damage. You certainly don't rely on it for attack slow because you want the other team to be stunned or dead in the Epicenter, right?
Yeah.
So,
True.
I think it's just a super obscure talent. Like unless you're on some kind of 3-core Sand King, let's say you're getting like a fast BKB or you're ahead in items.
Oh,
so
my friend. I see a 50 Epicenter slow.
All right, well.
I only say it because...
Well, his name is Matt. He's clearly just a madman.
He's glad. I think
Get
with
it?
that Lena
Mad
with the
Mag?
Fiery
Mad Mag.
Souls, with no BK, she's going to have BKB. It slows her down a little bit. I think it's... I don't know. It's just weird, right? What does Sandstorm do if they have Dust? You're not really going to use it anyways. It's good for split pushing. This is one of those games where neither of them really feels that good, I guess, is the thing,
well,
right?
the episode, I mean, the Sandstorm just has more like general use because now your order of spells is a Blink Epi and then Sandstorm, and it does a decent amount of damage. And let's say the fight goes on, right, and you've got like 2 heroes alive from either team, and maybe your detection carrier is dead. The Sandstorm like deals a good amount of damage. Like it's not. It's just a general type of thing. Like you're going to be using Sandstorm for a lot more situations, whether it's split pushing or in the end of fights, or you know when people are trying to finish you off and it's really close.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be using Epicenter attack slow. I mean.
Yeah. And we saw Legions for the most part getting 20% experience gain. I noticed him again, except MSS always gets 7 strength, and now we see Dota the 2 doing the same thing. Do you think this game, maybe 20% experience might have been better? Because he's almost level 15, but he's not even 15 yet at 35 minutes. Seems interesting. Sorry, gang coming up top. Pardon that. Mad's out. They probably don't think anyone else is here because, look, that's just been eating trees with his Quelling Blade. He's actually been in this like area for hours.
Yeah, this reminds me of, you ever watch that guy Net who plays Sand King in SCA? He always does this. I mean, there are a number of players who do this where like they're always waiting for a chance to cut the waves.
Yeah.
Kind of just playing around the trees the whole time. So I like that. I like that.
I know Net.
It's kind of a guerrilla warfare mindset.
Was that was TI3 when they placed really well on Team Orange, right?
Yeah.
At that time I thought Net was one of the best players in the world. Like I trust me, I'm not an SCA. I don't even really like watching their playstyle, but Net, watching him, that was a team with Extinct. I think Net was the man.
Yeah,
for sure.
His Sand King is I just
nuts.
have such strong memories of him playing that hero.
Yeah.
The 2 Sand King icons for me are obviously Mania back in the day.
Oh yeah, Mania.
Dota 1 and then Net.
Yep. Now. This is right. This is, like you said, kind of the NP playstyle from coL. They're not really doing much. They're just farming, and their net worth is just going up and up. It went from 9K to 14K. They have Roche. Fearo's sieging this tower from halfway across the map. Oh, Gyro is spotted. Can anyone from Radiant get here? Obviously, we have Boots of Trial from Invoker, but that is a very bad fight to commit to for that. And look at Mad, like you said, looking to cut these creeps. That's funny. Right when you say it, they are just doing that.
Yeah, they've got to find some way to get some more vision, like maybe a lane ward as well, so they can see where Complexity are gathering.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the delay game right now. But
oh, and he gets a nice counter ward. Annihilate needs to be careful. He's just gonna get straight up grip. Press the attack. Ooh. I don't think they needed that global silence there. Might hurt him a little bit. Press the attack actually took it off like we did finally see, and global is now down. coL wants to go in. I love the ice wall. Look at that. Try to get through Dumbos. Oh, wow. Moo's mana is seemingly gone here. But now he gets a little bit back from Z-Freak. Lotus Orb comes out, stuns himself on Vengeful. He gets Laguna, but he dodges it with the Black King Bar. Moo taking a ton of damage. So is everyone, though. Mad is going for anything. They're just taking the racks right now. Are they going to back out? They sure are. That was the 9. That was the 8 Saiyan BKB. They're down to 7. Tornado's coming out. All Meteor. Nice dodge a little bit with that Nightmare from Jimmy. They could go back in if they really want. Rockets flying.
Yeah, with global committed and fresh BKBs, Complexity felt confident going up. But I can't blame him too much for that, because he has to believe that if Demon on the Bane is in position to grip him, then the rest of his allies aren't far behind, right? So even if you get off the press the attack, that's fine. Like, he's expecting the Echo Slam to come in right afterwards, maybe the Lina, so he can't really wait, like if they can't see the other heroes, and let his Invoker die first. So you can't really fault him too much for committing the global silence there. But with it committed, of course, Complexity just charge in with their BKBs.
Yep, and man, we saw the KVH very quick after that stun came off, gets the Black King Bar off, eats the entire Laguna Blade, and with no Ags, my friend, that does 0 damage.
And with the 3 fresh BKBs up on Complexity, this is a team... BKB does very well against Wheel's lineup. They're so dependent on spells for lockdown. They don't have too much traditional right-click. They don't have like one of those traditional type of carries. And the Venge, as you mentioned, is under-farmed. So during that BKB time, there's really not a heck of a lot that they can do.
Yeah. And look at the sieging from Firo here. Ton of damage. My God. Level 24 Lina. This is not even the 25 Lina Jack. Uh-oh. Cold Snap's coming in top. Swap all the way back into the base here. Stun comes out. He can't get the duel. He does now. Oh, goodness gracious. He gets blown up. That's extra damage for move 14. And, well, that could very well just be the game. They're looking for Derp Derp. He goes down. And now Mad comes in. Big Epi stun, but not going to be enough. He's going to get saved. Z-Freak takes out Firo. Meteor goes down the middle. Whiffs everything. And now he's just killing. This looks to be game, my friend. They are going to get a buyback and go to the 2, though. Ice Wall goes down again, a little weird angle. Didn't want to get caught. Look at Moo. He has an E wheel. KVH pops a BKB, but they just don't do any damage. Annihilate gets dumpstered there. And Complexity, man, is just owning. And there we go. Tornado's going to finally do some mana gone. Oh, the Nightmare dodge on EMP for Firo. Nice play by Demon. And BKB on Swindle. He is actually just doesn't give a fuck right now. He just ulted nothing. He doesn't care. Swap comes back on him. He's going to Yules himself in the air. I don't think that should be allowed since he's BKB'd, but bottom side, KVH tanking up quite a bit of damage. That is going to be mega creeps. Once they kill that range direct, they don't even care about it. Derp Derp. Oh, poor Derp Derp getting chased down by Moo. Go to the 2, just pop back. He goes down. KVH goes down. Good games get called, and, well, they did it, Jack. And you know what? They lost 2 games to Wheel before, but do those 2 wins mean anything at this point for Wheel now? They don't. It makes me a little bit upset, this whole single elim 1-up, heads up not meaning anything, but that's for another time, my good man. So we are going to be, oh wait, I'll go to this first. Hit up the camera here, Jack. Oh wait, we shouldn't do that. We should let him see the thing first, Jack. What are you doing? Don't do that. Jack, I'm crumbling here. In-game score.
You're a madman, Grant.
All right.
You're not Mad Meng, but you're a madman.
Mad Meng, God, that guy, he's gotten real good. Early rotations, both teams had really, it was like the NP Freedom game, right? Both teams had really good early game rotations, but one team capitalized on those rotations into the mid game a lot better in Complexity. And Swindle, like we said before, he gets farm in these games now. He's not the Swindle of old. and he might have saved him that game and won him it with that one Echo Slam bottom.
Oh yeah, that was probably the play of the game right there, because it looked like things were going to be disastrous for Complexity, and that ended up just kind of confining Wheelwreck to their base. I like their just overall game plan and how they executed it going forward. Once they had those like tier 2 towers down, they didn't want to keep doing that, like, you know, taking these wild crazy fights. They were like, listen, we're going to hit our BKB timing. They're not going to be able to do anything about it, and then we're just going to go high ground. So nice plays there by Complexity, both at the start securing their advantage and then finishing it off.
Yep, and I do believe it will be, I assume it's the loser plays again, right? Because if DC beats Wheel, there's no need for that third game, right? You think that's how it should work? Because Wheel will be 0-2, and that way they're out of it completely. I don't know if that's actually correct, but we're going to assume it probably will be DC Wheel instead of DC coL next. And if Wheel loses one more, they're completely out, and Complexity and DC would move on, I believe. Yes. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Complexity's feeling good. They got one win. They just need one more if anything happens. So stick around. I believe all the NA tiebreakers, at least, are going to be happening here. I believe Jack will probably be joining me again. I see a few more people showing up. But, Jack, you're
Forget
crazy.
Those people, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, but your craziness mixed with my calm, cool demeanor, you know what I'm saying? It's a very, very good combo. So we'll leave you at that. May the stars shine only as bright as the next man takes it.